This evening's next recipient is Vice Admiral Justin D. Dan McCarthy from Centerville, Virginia. Scouts and Scouters alike have benefited greatly from Dan McCarthy's over 50 years of service to Scouting. Since 2007, he's been a key player in the selection and development of what is now called the Summit Bechtel Family National Scout Reserve in West Virginia, a site that will be a mecca for generations of Scouts. Prior to that, he led the National Training Task Force during a 4-year period when Troop Committee Challenge, New Leader Essentials, and Wood Badge for the 21st Century were all developed. If all that weren't enough, Dan has helped staff 13 National Order of the Arrow events and 8 National and World Scout Jamborees dating back to 1989. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Vice Admiral Dan McCarthy and his wife, Carol.
Two things come to mind. First, it's joining a fraternity of Scouters that I have a huge amount of respect for, that have dedicated their lives and occupations in many cases to support Scouting. But the other is it's kind of an incentive. It's an incentive to say, you know, the journey's not over. The investment here is that you'll continue and be a part of Scouting, and not that I could ever leave it. But this idea of continuing, I think, is the more important message about receiving this recognition. There's an author I often refer to in talking to people who wrote a book called Scuttle Your Ships Before Advancing. And in it, he talks distinguishing between managers and leaders. And he says, the world has many managers that can run the trains around the same tracks. What we need is leaders that can take the trains on new tracks. To me, that's what Scouting does. It builds leaders that can take the trains on new track. And more important than just leaders, they're principled leaders. That's Scouting and why it's so important to me right now. In the World Jamboree in 2007 at Chelmsford, England, I would walk around in the morning and I'd ask young Scouts from different countries what really stuck out for them. And one morning I had a conversation with a South African Scout. And he hesitated for a minute and he said, you know, what really stuck out to me is that being black here doesn't matter. And what occurred to me at the time was, you know, only Scouting can do this. Only Scouting can bring young people from around the globe together and give them a shared experience that says, life can be different. We can make this world different. And there's no other program in the world that provides this opportunity to young people. So I think, you know, Scouting is just as critical as ever and more critical now.
Our next recipient